welcome to Chuck's Diecast Car and Model Reviews. Today we're going to be taking a look at this lovely machine. This is a car you may not have heard of before. It's from the 1970s or into the early 80s. This is the Porsche 936. This particular model is made by Solido and is in 1/18 scale. And of course we'll go and take a look at this particular car and talk about its features and everything else. It's actually a pretty nice model, being one that doesn't have any opening parts though. So for those of you who don't know about the 936, this is actually a pretty important car in Porsche history in that it was sort of the successor to the Porsche 917. It raced at LeMans, and from the late 70s or mid 70s to early 80s, it actually won 3 Le Mans races in 76 and 77 and 81 in various iterations. So it was definitely no slouch, and was a quality racer. In fact, one of the great Le Mans racers of all time, Jackie Ickx, was the driver of this vehicle when it won those events. So it's actually, like I said, a pretty important vehicle here. This is a car who I did see for the first time, the very first time I went to the historic races at Laguna Seca in 1992. And I just was kind of captivated by it. I love this, the hood scoop or the roof scoop. The long tail was just so cool to me, for high speed on the the Mulsanne straight and everything. And of course it had Martini logos on it like this, and that's just a gorgeous, almost universally loved livery on a sports car. The version that I saw was actually an earlier version. It did not have these intakes here on the side. This one particular one is actually a Porsche 936 78, meaning it raced in 1978. It did race at Le Mans, but it did not win. It, I believe, finished in second place. And it was being driven by Jackie Ickx, and then another guy named Bob Wallach, and another guy by the name of Jürgen Barth. And I actually have the autographs of Bob Wallach and Jürgen Barth. Unfortunately, Bob Wallach passed away not long after I had a chance to get his autograph on this Porsche t-shirt I was wearing, because he was hit while riding a bicycle. Probably close to 20 years ago, so if not more. But anyway, he was a very good driver, and at least I got a chance to meet him. But regarding this car itself, it did have I believe a 2.1 liter twin turbocharged engine in it. It's sort of a modified version of the engine that was in the 911 Turbo or the 930, and it definitely pumped out a lot of juice, enough to probably get it well over 200 miles an hour on the Mulsanne straight there. Unfortunately, we can't really see it because the lid doesn't open on this one, but we'll go ahead and take a look at the model. As you can see here, here's that profile, and here is that crazy long tail. Let's go ahead and get that right there. Yeah, look how long that tail is. And of course the roof scoop is very cool, and it has the fashionable disc wheels that were popular with sports cars back in the day as well. So it's a very nice detail on this model in terms of all the livery and the decals and such. Although I will say the Martini decals here are sort of semi-gloss when they should probably be gloss. So it's not quite there, but still very nice. When you look at the front end here, you'll see that that's nicely detailed too. It has the CBA headlight badging there underneath the headlight cover, so that's good. And so that all looks pretty nice. And when you take a look at the interior here, you'll see that that is pretty good as well. In fact, let me go ahead and put some light on here so you can see a little better. But again, that's pretty good detail there. I'm pretty happy with that. You can see, although sports cars, racing cars aren't exactly known for having much to see in the cockpit. There is actually nice detail in there, including the seat belts. So, very good work by Solido for that. Okay, now when you take a look at the rear of the vehicle here, again, there's not much to see other than the big old tail here. There are some tail lights, but again, all that stuff is just really flat and narrow, and there's just not that much to see here. In fact, there's so little to see, my camera won't focus on it. But alright, well, anyway, there you go. And let's go ahead and take a look at the underside, because it's actually pretty nicely done on the underside here. You can see, although the front wishbones are just embossed or whatever you want to call it on the casting for the bottom, there's some nice detail here for the engine. You can see here the crankcase and the cylinder heads and the exhaust coming out from underneath the engine, and the exhaust carries through to the two turbos that are back here, and there's the exhaust pipe there as well, and you can see there the transmission and all that sort of stuff, not to mention the tubular space frame here for the chassis, because there was no carbon fiber tub or anything like that. For cars back then, they were made of metal tubes and with a skin over it back in that day. So anyway, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if so, just go ahead and please like it and sign up for my channel. Have a nice day.